In today's Tech Monday, how to create your own branded username on Bluesky. Hi everyone and welcome to Pal to Tech. So today I want to show you how you can customize it with your own domain name. So when you first sign up for Bluesky and you're choosing your username, like in this step of the registration, once you're done, you will see that it looks like this. Now, while that's fine and that's maybe a B job, we want to do the A job, okay? And we want to actually get rid of the .bsky.social and just have your own branded business name. Now, in order to do what I'm about to tell you, you must have already registered and already own your own domain name. If you don't, stop watching this. Well, actually, keep watching the video because I'll get the views and it's awesome. And even leave a like if you can. But if you do not have your own domain name yet, you need to get that first. Use a registrar like GoDaddy or NameSilo. Register your own domain. So with that in mind, let me show you how to do it. So what you need to do is go right to your account settings in Bluesky. Click on the settings link right here, and then go to your account. Inside your account, you'll see this option right here that says Handle. Now, when you see the Change Handle window right here, you want to click on I have my own domain right here. Make sure that you have DNS panel highlighted right here as you see it like this, and you want to enter in the domain name that you're going to use for Bluesky. And so that's what I'm going to put in this box right here. And you do not need to put www before it, just put the name.com, or if it's .net or .org or .photography, whatever it is, put that in here. And what you'll see are three values here. They're called host, text, and value. And what you'll need to do is take these three pieces of information and log in to your registrar account. That's where you registered your domain name. And for a number of people, that might even be the same as your hosting provider. For example, when you set up a website, say on Squarespace, right? And you do not yet have a domain name, you might register a domain name at the time you're building your website on Squarespace. And what that means is that Squarespace now runs two things: your actual website, and they're also acting as registrar for your domain name. Wherever it is, that's where you need to go. Now, in this demo, I have mine registered at GoDaddy, so I'm going to now log into GoDaddy and we're going to make these changes. So as you can see right here, I'm logged into my registrar account, and these are some of the domain names that I currently own. Go ahead and click on your domain name, and you want to get into the records of your domain name. What we need to do is make a setting change to an area called DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System. So when you go to the area that's your DNS, you'll see entries that look like this. It'll usually have a type, a name, data, TTL, but you'll generally have an area where there's an ability to add a new record. You see that right here? And it's going to look different, say, if your domain name is registered with Namecheap or wherever, but the process is the same. You're going to be adding a new record that's going to be part of the collection of records in your DNS that is associated with your domain name. But because this is a tech video and it's Tech Monday, we have to make it more confusing. I mean, come on here. I got to make it more confusing for you. If you cannot access your DNS, right, where you have your domain name registered, if you don't get this screen and your DNS doesn't appear, that may be because you have changed something called your name servers. If you have your domain name registered here, say with GoDaddy, okay, and you have your website here, say it's with Squarespace, now you have these two canoes going down the river. Your domain name, which is registered with GoDaddy, and your website, which is at Squarespace. And when you edit your DNS with GoDaddy, that routes the traffic, right, to Squarespace. And normally that works fine. But it is very possible, and this happens a lot, where you can have your domain name registered with your registrar, say GoDaddy, and you can have your website, say it's at Squarespace. However, instead of having GoDaddy manage the DNS with your domain name, you want to have a different company, a different third party doing that. And a lot of times that is the same as the website hosting provider. So in other words, your domain name is registered with GoDaddy, okay, but not your DNS. They don't have anything to do with the DNS. Instead, your website is over here with, say, Squarespace, and they also manage and handle your DNS. And when they do that, that means you got to go to Squarespace to add that record we're going to talk about. So keep that in mind. Just because you have a domain name registered with, say, GoDaddy or whatever registrar you use, that doesn't always mean that's going to be where your DNS is. And everyone's situation is different. There's no way I can, address all of your specifics. Honestly, if you need to calm down and you need to relax, and perhaps you need a sleeping aid, and you assure me that, you're not going to operate heavy machinery, I will make a full video on the difference between DNS, name servers, which one is what, why you would use one over the other, and all that sort of thing. But even I can't handle that today. So let's get to editing the DNS. So you go to your DNS records, you click on Add New Record. And if you go back to Bluesky, you will see that the type of record that they want you to add is called a text record. TXT. So where you choose the type of record you're going to add, you need to choose text, TXT. Just like that. And then there are generally 3 other entries that you need to add, okay? The first one is name, and it may not be called name. It may be called host. That's what Bluesky calls it. Either way, that is name. That's kind of the first thing that you need to put in. And what you can see right here is it's this value right here, _ATPRONTO. Who cares what that means? That's what you need to add. So go ahead and add that right into here. I strongly recommend that you copy paste and not just type it in, because it has to be spelled exactly as Bluesky gave it to you. So put that in the name, and now for the value. And they give this value right here, which is this gobbledygook. You need to copy the entire thing. Go ahead and paste it in there. And as far as TTL is concerned, don't worry about that. Just accept the default. If it requires you to choose a TTL, then go ahead and choose, say, half an hour. TTL means time to live, and that's another video for a sleep aid maybe we'll do in the future. So basically, it should look just like this. Once done, go ahead and click the Save button. And you'll see that it's been added right here to all of the other entries that currently exist for your domain name. Once you've added that text record to the DNS of the domain name that you want to use, go ahead and go back to Bluesky. And there's a Verify DNS Record button right here. Simply click on that, and you should see a green check mark appear that it has found that record that you've added, and you're good to go. However, keep in mind that domain name changes and DNS edits and things like that can sometimes take between 24 and 48 hours, okay? Now, when I did this with mine, it took about 4 minutes. So who knows how long it'll take, but it should be within the hour for most people. And as soon as it's been accepted by Bluesky, if you go back to your Bluesky profile, you will now see your custom name in 2 really awesome places. Right here on your profile page, front and center, you see that right there. And of course, right in the URL address right here. Now, before we go, there's one important thing I need to tell you, and that is your original Bluesky address, right? The original one that you signed up with before you watched this awesome video and did the right thing and branded it, okay? The original one that you had is now open and available for others to take. And even Bluesky, they even recommend right here that if you'd like to keep your old Bluesky social username, we recommend creating a second account with that username. In other words, change the DNS like I just showed you how to do. Once you have verified that that change has taken effect, log out of your Bluesky account, then go to Bluesky again and create a new account. And again, as before, when you're setting it up, put in your username that you'd wanted, and it will set up that account for you. It'll be a second account, and you could simply have it as a placeholder account and just direct everyone else to the other one, the branded one. It's just a way to help ensure that no one else out there is taking your branded username and tacking it onto Bluesky. And what I'll do is I'll leave a link to this exact resource from Bluesky in the description down below this video so that you could use it for reference when you're setting it up. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you found the video helpful, or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.